Since the beginning of this year, I've really been harping to my personal friends that are a little bit risk averse but still want to have some appreciation. I keep saying, seriously, realty, do a realty investment trust. I know that housing numbers are constantly bad, and I know that people are saying that the housing market is going down the tubes, but a lot of these places work with commercial realty, and they do it very well. I would say about a year and a half ago I said buy AGNC. It has a 20% dividend. That was at the time. Now it's, I think, 16, but still. I like that. By the way, don't buy AGNC right now. It's right about to have a secondary offering. The ones I wanted to show you tonight are DLR, Digital Realty Trust, which is making an ascending triangle. I'll show you in a minute. Digital Realty Trust, and SLG, which is SL Green Realty. First, I already have it drawn on this chart, and we'll get rid of the studies just briefly. And we'll just take the price action, and how about the volume, just to see what's going on. Okay, what do we have? We have a textbook symmetrical triangle. Look in the past, actually. Let's start with a long-term trend. Actually, let's go even longer than that. Since the bottom in the end of beginning of 2009, March, when everything else bottomed, this thing was under $10 and has been an extremely strong uptrend since. We go to the 6-month chart. This year it has also been a very good uptrend. We have seen, though, a couple trend line breaks. Just a second. This year we had a couple trend line breaks. Hey, every uptrend has to sometimes, take a little breather, especially when you have an accelerated uptrend. Like this is the semi-long term. That's the 1-year trend line. The intermediate term trend line looks more like this, where it was broken right on the, I'll give you a circle, right at the June correction. Hey, things gotta consolidate. Everyone is not always a buyer, unless of course we're talking about Apple. I'm AAPL, I'm sorry, yeah, unless you're talking about Apple, which seems to always be in an uptrend. Anyway, I digress. SLG, we're looking at the 6-month chart. We have a great symmetrical triangle formation here that actually broke out today on, let's see, take a look at the volume. Really, the volume wasn't too impressive, but I would expect that the volume is going to pick up more once earnings hits, which is on the 26th, which is, let's see, tomorrow's the 22nd. That's 3 trading days from now, but the breakout's already happening. So, symmetrical triangle, we do our measurements first, just to see where our targets are. We take the height of the top and the height of the bottom, extend it from the breakout point. So our first target is 97.50 with a breakout to the upside, which we do have a breakout today, so good probability that's going to keep going up. 97.50, which is a $10 gain off an $87 stock, which is about 12% gain. Or if it does reverse and turn to the downside, our target will then be around 75, 72.50. More likely it'll be around 75 because that's a mental anchor. People like round numbers. So 75. So what do? Here are our 2 orders. We place a stop buy order. This is what I have right now at 88.10. That gives you a little bit of room, and also make sure that this previous high right here is broken. Secondly, if it does break down to the downside, stop short sell at 80. Let's see if I can zoom in here a second. Actually, what the heck, I'll just check what my order is. 83.22. 3.22. And we wait until we get our target. Now, quickly I'll grab the probabilities of success and failure. for an upside breakout, our probability of success, according to the Tom Bolkowski studies, which I actually talked to him today, extremely kind man, 66% that it reaches its upside target with an upward breakout, and only 48% if it's a downside breakout. So that is one of the other reasons why I'm not extending the target to the exact level of this like 73.84, but only $75, because symmetrical triangles breaking to the downside rarely touch their target, and rarely I mean less than half the time. So we have 68% chance, and that actually, here we'll quickly put our stop losses. If we're buying, our stop loss will be at 86.25, which gives us a roughly $1.85 risk. If we're going to be short selling, we're going to place our stop loss at, and once again I'll zoom in here so I can make sure, we'll place our stop loss at $85, which gives us, with our order at 83.22, that gives us about $1.78 risk. So our stop loss, if we short, is a close above $85. Now, of course, you can calculate the risk-reward ratios. I'll just do one quickly to show an example. I'm only going to do the upside since that's what I'm guessing the trade's going to be. Actually, not today. I know that's above. I know that the risk-reward ratio, adjusting for the probability, is going to be above 8, and I'll actually put it in the post. Next, I wanted to show you DLR, Digital Realty Trust. I actually bought this for, oh wait, one last thing. I just wanted to show you the studies. What do we have? We had a downward breakout, which would have said that, well, here. First, ignore the price. We have a stochastic buy as of yesterday, representing the intermediate term trend. Today, we have what looks like to be a head and shoulders that broke out and then failed. See? And then it failed in the relative strength index, giving somewhat of an uptrend to the intermediate slash short term. And then we have this, which gave us a sell signal. This is the short-term momentum. Gave us a sell signal on July 11th. But then it looks like that failed too. The bottom line is that price is the most important thing. These indicators are only to help us. So if the price keeps breaking out to the upside, ignore the indicators completely. And let's see, what else do we have in this? We have actually a very nice dividend too. Where is it? Let's see, 87.40. Take it back, it's not a nice dividend, but it's 40 cents a year. So you're getting like 0.7%. But this would be considered, as far as real estate investment trusts are concerned, this would be considered a growth one, opposed to an income one. Second one I want to show you, DLR. And by the way, SLG's earnings have been incredible. I'll get to that in a second. DLR. We're looking at the very short-term trend here. I actually bought some for one of my friends who I manage his money a couple days ago at $61.60, right around that area. Right here we have what looks like to be a somewhat sloppy ascending triangle. We do the measurements, top to bottom, project it off of the top if there's a breakout to the upside, which I think there will be. I'm guessing that earnings is going to be the big catalyst that has this breakout. Earnings for DLR is on the 28th of July. And by the way, this one has a very nice dividend. It's let's see, 68 cents per quarter, so 7 times 4, $2.80 off of a $63 stock, which gives us about, yeah, that's pretty good. That's a little over, hold on a second, that's a little over 5%. Just rough mathing it, I might be wrong. Anyway, our targets. if this trade does go through. Around first 67.50 would be our first target, just because that's a mental anchor. Second would be around 68.35. Next target would be around 57.50. Go to the next support level. It's going to be about 57.50. That is a support and resistance level. And of course, I'm showing if we go short, 57.50 is our target. If we go long, if we buy it, then 68.35 or 67.50 is our target. Now, actually, we'll go to the, once again, the indicator set and get rid of the volume pane just to clear up a little room. Once again, ignore the price. What did we have? We had a stochastic buy 2 days ago. Next, relative strength index. Do we have any clues on this? We had a channel breakdown and then a channel pullback, and really no help from this one. We could say that we might expect a bounce either tomorrow or the next day. Just being optimistic here. And finally, does the momentum index give us anything? I don't see any patterns at all. Okay, so these are two possible trades. More likely that I'm probably going to buy these. Actually, I'll let the market tell me whether to buy or sell. But I wanted to show you, this is kind of cool. Investors Business Daily has a thing called Stock Checkup, and I checked to see what their top-rated real estate investment trust stock picks are. And ironically enough, number 1 and number 2, and remember, I'm a technical analyst. I don't do fundamentals. They did the fundamentals, and we came up with the same results. The top 2 picks that they have, number 1, SLG, number 2, DLR. They all say that there are great things about these two companies. The only thing that was weak is that the real estate sector, compared to other things, is not as strong. It's still very strong compared to like materials and whatnot, but you know, like compared to tech, it's not that strong right now, assuming, or energy. But anyway, I just thought that was cool. So Investors Business Daily is behind us. We have an entire newspaper behind us, and the technical analysis is behind us too. So you know what to do. With this trade, our entry points, just get them quickly. We will enter stop by 64.10. You might want to use a stop limit if it's an earnings gap. Stop short sell at 61.48. Just as long as it breaks below 61.50. Alright, if you have any questions, post in the comment box. I love real estate.